So these may just look like a couple pieces of yard waste, right? But in my head, I can already see a giraffe. 6 years ago, my very first YouTube video was actually a giraffe I made from 2 palm fronds. This time around, I'm making another one, but with a twist. I'm going to take the scraps from carving the head and turn them into a tiny oxpecker bird. I was invited to paint in a live art event in downtown Fort Myers, Florida.
Also got the wolf, the B-Dog Bradford right here. He's going to be building somewhat sculpture made out of complete nature.
And this partnership idea was the perfect theme. The whole idea for this piece comes from one really cool concept, mutualism. You know that relationship that you see in nature where 2 totally different animals help each other out? The oxpecker gets a meal by eating ticks and bugs off the giraffe, and the giraffe gets a free cleaning service. It's a win-win. I just knew I had to make something that showed this incredible relationship. The real challenge? Sculpting it all from something most people would just toss in the trash. Everything starts with finding the right fronds. It's a bit of a treasure hunt. You're not just looking for any old piece, you're looking for character, for curves that already hint at an animal shape. Nothing that I need. Like this frond here with its long rounded profile, that's totally the neck. And this wider, stronger piece, that's got head written all over it. First things first, you've got to sand them down and then wipe all the dirt off to get to those beautiful fibers underneath. Next, I prime the frond to prepare for the drawing. Alright, let's get into the build and I'll show you how I shape these fronds, cut the giraffe, and turn the leftovers into the oxpecker. Since I was unable to find the right frond for the neck, I decided to use one I had from another project I never finished, so I'm filling these holes. So let's start on the face. I drew this face out several times until I was satisfied with the size to fit the neck. Once I'm done with the drawing, then I go over it with Sharpie just so I have better visual when I'm going to cut. Honestly, the first few cuts are always the most nerve-wracking. I use my coping saw rather than a scroll saw because the material is pretty delicate. You have to be super precise with every curve, and this is where the leftover bits and pieces become so important. Piece by piece, it starts to take shape. This is my favorite part, when it all starts to feel like a real living thing. So after I finished shaping the giraffe's head, I had these little weirdly shaped cut-offs that in past projects I would have just tossed into the trash. But for this piece, they were everything. These scraps were the secret to the other half of the story, the oxpecker. This is the image that I use for reference. These 2 pieces will form the body, but I want to join them together. It's like putting together a tiny puzzle, but you have to cut the pieces. And I use the same techniques as a giraffe, just on a much, much smaller scale. This is the piece that inspired me to make the oxpecker from the leftovers because I saw a wing. This tiny bird made from the literal scraps of the bigger animal just perfectly captures their whole relationship. So for the legs, I used some bamboo, and then for the feet, some old Christmas tree. I actually started this piece 2 days before the live event, trying to guess how much work I could get done in just the 3 hours with a crowd watching. Turns out I did way too much ahead of time. It was my first time creating with a constant flow of people around, and wow, I learned a lot. People seriously love watching art get made in real time. The energy is just incredible. And that direct interaction with people opens up so many chances for good conversations and even sales. It was a huge and humbling lesson for me. Since I didn't have all my specific tools with me at the event, I brought the sculpture home to do the final touches. So in the quiet of my own workshop the next day, I added the last few details and finally called it finished. And here it is, a powerful partnership sculpted from what was once trash. We have the giraffe offering a place to rest, and the oxpecker created from the very scraps of its larger friend, forever linked in this delicate wooden dance. If you enjoyed this transformation, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next project. And I'd love to know in the comments, what are some symbiotic relationships in nature that you find fascinating?
Thank you for watching.